It's in your Son, Jesus Christ's name we pray and give thanks. Amen. All right. The special guest we have here, I don't have an official biography or anything like that, but I'll just tell you, there's a couple of people that will be presenting today. Has anybody ever heard of PAL? P-A-L? PAL program. Not your buddy. I guess you could be, but it's the PAL program. Correct me if I'm just
Police athletic activities / activities.
Police athletic / activities league. Okay. You gonna speak on that? Okay. I got a friend of mine, Connie Rayford. Actually, Connie and I have been knowing each other for years. So it's been a while. And she's gonna be speaking on that program a little bit. And we actually have a gentleman here that is movie producer, director, all the above. Actor, yeah, the whole nine. So, Fitzpatrick is going to come up and speak also. And I had the pleasure of meeting this gentleman earlier this month. And I can tell you, when I know you all can probably understand this, when you meet somebody, you get a good feel for them or you don't. Well, I can tell you this man has a spirit about him that really had me to gravitate towards him. It was an instant connection. And this is a gentleman that I look up to and I respect just in meeting him for a short amount of time, okay? So give him your undivided attention. Trust me, once they finish speaking, you will have questions. It will be interesting, and I want you guys to engage. You know, I'm not the person that sit here and do all the talking, right? I'm not the person that sits here and does all the talking. Okay, so let's engage, let's interact, and pay close attention. So the first person that's going to come up is going to be Miss Connie Rayford. She's going to speak about the PAL program.
Thanks, Odella, for allowing me to speak here. As he mentioned, I'm Connie Rayford. I'm with the PAL program in Lexington, Kentucky. It's sad that you all don't know about PAL. I know that there was a PAL here in Louisville, Kentucky, and unfortunately with the budget cuts, they got rid of that PAL program and DARE. Actually, I came up here a couple months ago on a field trip with our mentoring kids, and we was actually at a restaurant, Hometown Buffet. We always go on Blake and Baker. We always go to that one after we leave the Muhammad Ali Museum and some other museums that we visit. And with our kids there, a lady came up because she noticed the badge and we have the PAL, and she was complimenting how well behaved our kids was. And when she noticed it was a PAL program, the first thing that she said, she was really angry. She was like, I'm calling the chief, you know, because we need this program here, you know, because she knows about a lot of the things that's going on in communities. And I gave her my card, and we had, on a national level, we have been trying to work back with Louisville to see if they can re-implement their PAL program. So I'm hoping they do, and when they do, that you all can get connected. I'm going to make sure that I stay in close contact with Othello when I know that happens, to get you all engaged, and hopefully, you know, you all's church can connect. In Lexington, my PAL program is fortunate. We are partnered with the church. So we're right in a church and we offer activities, and what that does, it allows us to collaborate with that church and help us bring in resources so we can, you know, where the church is not really taking on the full cost of our programs, and so we kind of help each other out. They are supplying the venue, and we supply the kids and resources and grants and things like that, and do educational field trips. So PAL it's a youth crime prevention, and it's done to build positive relationship between young people and police officers, because most of the time, you know, usually when you all come, or if you've known somebody to come in contact with police, it's usually on a negative way, whether it's getting a ticket, someone getting arrested, or something like that. So normally, most of the time, police are not looked at in a good light. So years ago in Lexington, they started PAL back in 1985, and we currently have like 3 buildings, and we have a boxing club. So we do a lot of activities. I mean, and that's the reason why I had said it's not just built on athletics, even though it was built there. And the project that we'll talk about when we bring Mr. Fitzpatrick up, it evolves around the boxing program. But over the years, we found out that some kids may not be athletic. We wanted to, you know, do other things to engage young people. So we have tons of activities, and one of the biggest programs in Lexington is our mentoring program. The program that, or the event that Odella and another friend from Lexington, his dear friend, that they did, they actually supported Save Our Youth and Stop the Violence, because I know, I'm sure there's a lot of things going on in Louisville that you know about kids being killed, and in Lexington, those things were happening too. And so myself and a number of other people got together and formed this organization, and Odella and Rob have supported those efforts for us, and so we was very blessed to be recognized in that event. So we thank you for that, Odella. So if you, I know you all have Facebook? Who does Facebook? Y'all do Facebook? Well, PAL is, we're on Facebook. So even though you don't have a PAL here in Lexington, I told another lady at the church, I want to try to find a way to connect with your youth, your youth ministry. And if there's times we can partner, because we come to Louisville all the time, so if we're going to do a field trip, maybe we can come up here, we can mix the kids, and we can do those things together. So even though you don't have a PAL, we'll love to be your PAL until that starts, and we can do some activities together and see how that works. And then I'm going to, as a National PAL board member also, I'm going to work very hard to see if their chief here can re-implement that program. But it usually, a lot of times, most agencies are faced with budget, so it takes, the community to partner. So that's what, I will look for them to do. And so this will be a good start to say, hey, I know a church here that is willing to partner, so I'm going to be following up with the pastor and the youth ministry here. We can get that started. In the meantime, go to our website, lexingtonpal.com, or even go to our Facebook page and join our page, and you can kind of see some of the things that we do. And if you, especially in the summertime, if you have time and you want to be a part of some of those programs, you're welcome to. We usually take kids every year out to Brampton, Missouri, called Kids Across America Camp, and I'd love to get you all connected. I started going to that camp back in 1997, and I believe there's another church in Louisville that does that camp, but it is a Christian sports camp, and it's an awesome place to be out in Branson, Missouri. So those are some of the things that, even though I'm in Lexington and you're here in Louisville, we can connect with and offer some of those programs, okay? I'm not going to go much further because, like I said, you can find out a lot of information. I'm going to go ahead and introduce and bring up Richard Fitzpatrick. As Odella has said, Mr. Fitzpatrick is, in his presentation earlier, he's very humble, but he not only produced and write, he's been in a couple movies. If you go back and you watch, you can go back and watch Ali, as a matter of fact, and Will Smith, when he's the movie Ali, when you see that scene of him sparring to someone, that's Mr. Richard Fitzpatrick coming and speaking to you.
Shut your mouth.
I don't think you need that.
We just watched that movie like 2 nights ago. See?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me say something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now see, I had already met this brother, okay? And he didn't tell me that. Y'all remember, I think it was like last week, remember I told you, if you be humble, God will exalt you. But when you exalt yourself, God will humble you. That is a humble man right there. I know people that if they were in a movie, sparring with Will Smith, and they were in Ali, they'd be wearing t-shirts, hats, socks, wristbands. They'd have it splashed all over their car. You know what I'm saying? Y'all understand what I'm saying? So that shows the heart of this man. I didn't even know. I met this man. He was in Ali. He sparred with Will Smith.
Twice.
And that's my boy now.
Well,
Yeah.
He was actually with Will Smith twice. Is it Bad Boys 2? He is a certified stuntman, so a lot of times when Will was driving cars, it wasn't Will, it was him. So
Shut the front door. Boy, that's my dude.
So I think I've given you a proper introduction, so I'm going to have you come up and I'll just let you take over. So just help me and join him, Richard, please. I know you would leave it out, so.
Hey, thank you all for having us here today. I want to ask Othello and Connie to come back up. I want to do something before we get started. No, I ain't going to hit it. This is connected. We're connected. Okay? Not just just physically, but we're connected on a deeper plane. Now, what I want, as we drop our hands, I don't want you to cross roads. I don't want you to look behind you. I want you to connect to the person beside you. I want to show you something. Connect. See the difference here? You cannot make a connection with that distance. You had to lean to make a connection. You had to reach to make a connection. We are stronger when we are connected. We are stronger when we are united as a people. This is the thing that this is about. When I met him, we connected. When I met her, we connected. And we connected because we connected for a greater cause. And that cause is you. You can turn each other's hands. I mean, unless you just want to hold it. But I'm thankful for this brother right here because this is an example of what you should aspire to be. And so is she. Strong, intellectual, but yet at the same time humble and caring for your fellow man or fellow woman. This is what God has instilled in us. We're made to be. We're more powerful you're more powerful than you know. Right now, you are made in the image of God. Do you really know what that means? That as He moves things, so can you. I'm probably no smarter than some of you because you technology these days, and some of the things that I have to ask my daughters. Okay, how do I do this on Facebook? And y'all will probably laugh at me, about tagging pictures and stuff like that. Don't do it. He was getting ready to, so he was getting ready to laugh. But that level of technology can empower you to do so many things. And the connectivity. Who in here likes to write? Anybody like to write? All right. So, those people, right? Who in here likes gadgets, gizmos? Look down. Okay. Who in here is just like the clown? Everybody knows who the clown is. Who's the biggest clown? Point him out. He's pointing to him. Okay. So what you have here is a community of people that have different skills that can come together and do what I do. It's not that hard. It really isn't. Right? Cameras are equipment and gizmos, so if you like gizmos, you probably like cameras. Everybody loves cameras. See this one right here? He definitely loves cameras. But you can get together and you can put together a short film, and you never know where it will lead. For many years, I've worked in this industry, and no, I don't normally, say, but I've been in films from Something About Mary, yes, to Bad Boys 2, even The Holy Man with Eddie Murphy, and Jeff Goldblum and Kelly Preston, and I've stood shoulder to shoulder with them and had conversations with them. But the bottom line is that if you want to make a difference in your community, then you have to strike out to do just that. And that's where our company was born. Our company was born to give kids like you the opportunity, an easy transition from where you are to where you might want to be. Write a screenplay. It's powerful. You create and control your own world. If you got a camera, be artistic. But I'm going to tell you a little bit. The Police Athletic League and their activities in athletics actually saved my brother's life. My brother was out in the streets doing whatever he thought he was big enough to do, knocking people out on the weekends. That was his hobby. He was. And I spent a week with him and decided I wanted to go back to film school because we had a great time. While I was in film school, my brother calls me and asks me if I was coming to his fight over the weekend. I said, man, I don't hang out in the streets. It's like, I'm boxing. I'm like, hold on. Who in the would sanction you.
There gets some shine, man. Get a little one line, like, you know. Walk up and say, hey, you gonna call me a T? That's it. But you're in a movie, though. Hey, I did it. Wow. Let's stop. While we're waiting for that, I did want to touch on something. Because Connie was talking about, youth violence and the crimes and everything going on in Lexington. It got really, really bad at one time. It was like 9 murders in a really short span of time. I don't know if you've heard about this. I don't know if Connie or Earl heard about it. One day last week, not far from where I live, a young man got on a target, which is our local transit authority bus. Got on the bus, shot a kid. Got off the bus and killed him. He brought back like 3:30 in the afternoon.
The monitors, the bus cameras
Right.
caught.
Did anybody know either one of those people? You knew the kid that got killed? You knew him too? Okay.
Let me ask you, how do you feel about that? How old is he? 17 years old. How do you feel about that?
Wow.
So say it loud.
May I ask a question? Sure. Since you guys knew him, the question that's on a lot of adults' mind, do you know if he was a member of the gang? You member of Christ gang.
Amen. See, that's
He's
just
going to be a warrior. Be a warrior for the one that's going to win.
That's just, I have a son, my youngest son, as a matter of fact. And, it starts at home. You have to be aware of your children. Because you guys are exposed to things on a day-to-day basis that, if a parent isn't diligent, they may miss. But that's why it's important for you to connect with people like Othello. Connect with people like, if you have problems, these people can help you. They can help you, with a solution. But you know what? You guys, you're young, so you figure, I got this. You ain't got this. We've been here, some of us, I'm not going to date myself, but we've been here longer than you. So we've seen more than you. But I had a son, and I noticed when we went school shopping that, he didn't want to wear anything that had red. And I'm like, okay. But see, I watch before I make my move, so to speak. So I said, okay, check this out. I went into the shoe store, and I'm like, okay, hey man, check these kicks out, man. One of them had red, one of them. He was like, same shoe. So I'm like, I don't want that one right there, but that's right, that's hot right there. I'll take that. I said, okay. Then paid for it. We left the mall. Got in the car. I said, let me explain something to you. What you're doing, what you're about to partake in, it ain't gonna do you no good. It's going to lead you down a path that just ain't good for you. He was like, what are you talking about? I said, you know what I'm talking about. I said, the fact that you want to run with some people who are reinforcing negative behavior. You ask the question yourself, you made a statement. It's stupid for people to kill other people. Why would someone do that? But what gets a person from where you are right now to where they take their gun and pull the trigger? What's the thought process? The thought process is that someone did not step in. Someone didn't intervene. Somebody didn't say, look, man, you might want to take a different look at that. He had no positive guidance. You have it. Stick with it. Long with him, I took him into the neighborhood, and I said, pick one. He was like, what are you talking about? I said, pick someone out here that you want to watch their life leave their eyes. Do it now and do it quick. And he was like, I don't want to do that. I said, well, that's what you may be asked to do. So if that's what you're ready to do it now and do it quick. And my son was always very good about taking my challenges, so I challenged him. He goes, I want you to go to school tomorrow. I want you to tell, your OG. Tell your OG. I want you to tell him that me and Pops just ain't, we ain't hitting it right now. Because, they probably telling you that we got you. We got your back 100. Whatever happened, man, we there for you. I said, I want you to go to school and tell him that me and you ain't kicking it right down too quick. Tell him I'm putting you out the house. And see if he'll let you come and stay with him. I said, but now if he don't, then you don't. You go no further with him. Because that's proof positive that he doesn't have your back. And he took the challenge. And I will say that he was humble enough to come home and say, Daddy was right. But now here's the tragedy of that. Not even 3 months later, one of his best friends was gunned down for a random gang initiation. We got to stop this. We got to stop this. And you know how we stop it? It begins with you. You have to make the decision that I'm better than that. You have to make the decision that, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Because that's of the devil. He seeks to do what?
Steal,
Come
kill,
on.
and destroy.
Kill, steal, and destroy. Those are his tools, and we don't need that. We can create, we can uplift, and we can edify. Those are our tools. They're going to get that together. While they're getting that together, any questions for me or Bella or Connie? Any questions? Yes, sir.
Where did you say you were from?
Port St. Lucie, Florida. I was originally born in Manhattan, but my father was a Marine. And we lived all over the place. Ended up in Florida. I actually thought to leave Florida because I was like, well, maybe I should go to LA or New York and get a break, catch a break. But I'm going to say that to you too. You don't have to go anywhere. Technology out here. You guys can get together. You got enough people right here. Right here. Y'all get together and put something together and put it in a film festival. Who knows? Next thing you might end up at the Oscars.
That's right.
It's possible. The only thing that limits what you do is you. That's it. So let me ask you, what do you want to do with it? You want to be a doctor? What kind of doctor?
Orthopedic surgeon or like a physical therapist.
How old are you?
15.
Now that's specific. What'd you say? Orthopedic doctor. Come on, man.
Physical therapist.
You got man. No, we roll.
That's it. Or like a sports doctor or something.
But he's specific in what he wants to do. Now, I'm challenging you that every day you do something that gets you closer to that goal. Every day. What about you? Speak up, man.
I want to be a musician.
A musician. You play an instrument now? Trumpet. Okay. My sixth film out is called The Jazz Man. And it's a musical. Have you ever seen Idlewild? You've never seen Idlewild? Check out Idlewild. Maybe you got a shot. Are you good? You don't sound like you think you good.
I know I'm playing trumpet.
I can't hear you though. You know you good. But Kevin Hart said, say it with your chest.
I
Which one do you want me to play?
Let's see, 29. Here's the scene from Art of the Champion.
Life is full of choices, Mr. Harper, and here are yours. You can put the phone down and look at me, or you can get out of my office. You and Mr. McDonald must take me for a fool.
No, ma'am.
The question was rhetorical, and I haven't asked you to speak. Mr. Harper, this program is a charter program. Do you know what that means?
Well, I guess it means
Once again, I haven't asked you a question that requires your answer. I propose to tell you what it means. This program is designed to keep juvenile offenders out of prison and return them to the age of innocence and playgrounds. It is designed to help restore the image of law enforcement in the eyes of our children and establish mentors for troubled youth. It does so through the use of athletics, particularly boxing, which teaches discipline, honor, integrity. It is the brainchild of several of my colleagues along with myself. A trial program with a limited time to show results, and with one stupid, selfish act, you can put it in jeopardy. If it fails, Mr. Harper, I fail. We all fail. And so I ask you, what is your problem?
Should I answer now, or is that another one of your rhetorical questions?
If you knew the answer to that question, Mr. Harper, you wouldn't be here. And the little charade put on by you and Mr. McDonald will not keep me from terminating you from this program, should you put it in further jeopardy. Pick one.
Pick one of what? What, I get a door prize or something?
Pick a folder. One of these kids you will now be responsible
Oh,
for.
hold up, wait a minute. I ain't no babysitter, man. You know, the last time I checked, I ain't got no kids. We're sitting.
This isn't babysitting, Mr. Harper. It's mentoring. If you don't care to keep yourself out of trouble, perhaps you will care to set a proper example for someone else.
I mean, I have a hard enough time as it is looking out for myself, man. You want me to look at some other kid? I'm looking
This
out for
isn't
myself. I ain't
up
got
for
time.
debate, Mr. Harper. Pick one.
That scene is actually, we like local talent. That's why I say you can come out and audition for My Brother's Keeper. Local talent needs a stage, needs a break, needs exposure. Sometimes the industry puts things a little bit too far out of our reach. And our company is here to bring that back into a person's reach. Because if you can aspire for something greater, if you can add value to your life, then guess what? Then you will value life. And then it makes it harder to take a life. That particular scene right there, the young man's in trouble. He's a good kid, but he just made a poor choice. He got in trouble, he's on probation, and they put him into the PALS program. In that program, they match juvenile offenders with, programs. And when she was saying it's a trial program, a lot of them put their neck on the line for that program. And they're under a lot of fire in the film. But he made a mistake and then made another mistake and almost put the program in jeopardy. And so she was saying to him that if you don't care enough to keep yourself out of trouble, then I'm going to have you mentor someone else because now you're their example. This is the thing that we have to remember, that we are someone's example. If you have a kid brother or a kid sister, guess what? You're their example. As adults, we're your example. Why is it that we always lean towards that which is negative quicker than we lean towards that which is positive? That's the question we got to ask. But we started out by asking you all what you want to be. Now, I'm on you now, so the floor is yours. And I want to hear that bashfulness now. What is it? You don't know. How old are you? 16. What do you like?
Football.
Football. Okay. Particular position?
Running back.
Running back. Are you good?
Same as chess.
Are you fast?
Working.
You working. But you working. Okay, so why didn't you say this? Because what?
Not too confident.
Why? You can do anything. Mind you. Anything. I mean, I got a story about that too. When I moved to Florida, I was playing sandlot football with some guys who their intent was to hurt me. But they didn't know that I don't limit myself. Don't limit yourself. So man, I was knocking them in briar bushes and they'd be in the end zone, I'd tackle them anyway. They were like, man, you hit hard for a little guy. Back then I weighed like maybe 132, soaking wet. Okay? But I was crushing these guys. I was having fun. So they said to me, man, you're pretty good, but if you're going out for football here, you're probably going to ride the bench. I don't ride nobody's bench. Said, and then you're an underclassman. So seniors get priority, they seniority. I'm like, okay. And then they said this, we graduate monsters. Most of our graduates go to the NFL. Uh-oh. So now I could have quit, right? But you know what I did? I worked out all summer. While they were playing around, I worked out all summer. Not only did I start, I took the position of strong safety at 130, hitting people like you coming out of the back. You can do it. You gotta believe it. You gotta believe it. They put me in the program at 175. Yeah, right. So I'm going to say to all of you, whatever it is you decide, whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you set your mind to, you can do. Be confident about it. And I look for you. What's your name? What? See, that even sound like a running back in the NFL. I want my autograph before I leave. Thank you very much. All right?
His nickname is Elmo.
Elmo. That's a good one too, though. And you can tickle them when you run through. We thank you for the time that you've given us today. Look for the film. Go to the website, Facebook, and we'll be back. We'll be back.